Hey everybody, it's Cindy here. Uh, just want to make a little quick update as to it being the end of the year and lots of stuff going on. Day after Christmas, and I am going to hopefully get back to sharing my stories on a regular basis. I've been kind of slack over the past few months. Um, just stuff going on, just like everybody else. And hopefully, with the new year coming, I will be able to be more consistent. And I'm actually going to be making some changes in how I do things. But let me, first of all, one thing I won't change is opening in prayer. Lord, let the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be wholly pleasing to you. Let me glorify you in all that I say and do. Even in this little short little update, I just want to be able to glorify you in everything. Thank you for all that you've allowed me to do. Thank you for the things that you are opening up for me, and I just ask that I always be a blessing to people. In precious name, pray, amen. Uh, so new music in the background because I'm still working on some changes. So anyway, so day after Christmas. So hopefully everybody had a wonderful Christmas. And one of the things that I'm wanting to change is actually I'm going to sort of start over, kind of rewind, uh, kind of uh, be able to share my stories from the beginning, from day one. Uh, one of my first episodes was sharing, you know, the actual when I was born and all the issues with my vision and things like that. And the reason for that is in the past few months, the ones that the things that I have done, I've been putting stuff on Instagram, and I'm wanting to put some stuff on TikTok. And I've got a lot of new friends on Facebook, and they don't have my background. Uh, they don't have a lot about my background. So um, I don't want to, you know, push the ones who have been uh, following me and the ones who have been loyal to me to feel like they've been, kind of pushed to the side. But uh, if anything, you know, it'll be a chance to sort of rewind and update and kind of, because it has been about 30 episodes that I've done, so it'll be a little different. But I just feel like that's probably a good way for me to make sure I'm doing this right. There's a lot that I've learned over the past year, a lot of things that I've been finding out that didn't work, uh, and things that I could do better. So I'm hoping that that's something I can, you know, be better equipped with. And like I said, there are some people who didn't follow me till later who didn't get my beginnings. I got some on my eye. So anyway, so hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. Uh, got New Year right around the corner, and I know that's something that a lot of people are wanting to get a fresh start with the new year. One of the things that I've been doing is I've been purging things and getting rid of stuff, and it, they call it the Swedish purge. When you just kind of get rid of stuff because you don't want your descendants to have to deal with all your crud, um, all your junk. So yeah, I'm doing that. And for Christmas, I wanted a one of those adjustable beds. Something where I could be more comfortable because I'm not comfortable in my bed anymore. It's not supporting me the way that I need to. Um, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm getting rid of because being in a wheelchair all day, there's just certain things that I can't get to, and I'm by myself sometimes. So, well, not, I'm never by myself because I always have my fur babies with me. But there's just some things that I need to be able to have better access to, and to be safer too. Because being in a wheelchair, there's certain things I couldn't get to where I'm having to use rails to get to like to the restroom and things like that. And I just need to be safer. And then too, there's a lot of stuff that I've collected over the years, and it's just in the way. It's just too much. And then poor hubby, he's having to clean up after everything, and I can't help. I wish I could, but I really can't help. But I'm helping by just saying bye to stuff, the stuff we don't need. I've been watching a lot of videos, about decluttering and all that. So, uh, yeah, one of the things I do too is I'll watch like the hoarding shows, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be that bad, so let's get rid of stuff. So yeah, a lot of things are going to be changing over the next few weeks. I lost one of my fur babies, and I've been really sad about that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been posting. Um, it was just too hard. And anytime I come on, I want to make sure that I'm always being encouraging and sort of being the light in the darkness. But I was kind of in the darkness myself for a little bit, and so I was just not sleeping well, and I was just being sad. Um, but I'll be okay. I've been through this probably about 15 times. Not this particular issue, but this was more dramatic. But but yeah, you know, uh, we've had a fur baby. I think we've been married. Oh my gosh, since 90. Don't tell Danny I forgot. Um, but since before Hugo, let's put it that way. Well, that's what I lost actually. It's Hugo. Um, but yeah, so it's been a long time that we've always had a dog since the first year we were married, and we got Bobo the year before Colby was born. So it's always had we've either had one dog or we've had six or eight. There was a time we had eight dogs, so that was crazy. But being in a wheelchair, I can't have eight dogs anymore. So it's the three are enough to keep me uh, occupied. Anyway, but not to bring you all down. I know most of you all have been through a similar situation, so I'm always kind of depressed whenever I lose. Well, I don't want to say the word depressed. I'm always sad when I lose a fur baby, no matter what the circumstances are. Uh, so, but there's other things going on in the world that are even more uh, difficult. Uh, there's been so much with regarding what we see on the news with the anti-Semitism and the anti-Christian. Uh, there's just a lot, and it's on, and that's one of the reasons why I want to kind of backtrack and kind of move forward, because I am getting new followers on Instagram. I am getting to the point where I want to share things on TikTok as well, because as much negative stuff as there is on TikTok, I'm hoping that I can be a positive. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, I've been getting a lot of new followers on Facebook. So people who haven't had the past year just learn my story. So I will be kind of backtracking and updating, and I'll give y'all heads up, in case you've already like listened to my story, and if you don't want to rehash it. But I appreciate when you do, because what that does is that kind of helps out algorithm. It kind of helps build up the views a little bit more and puts my stuff out there more. Because I do put it on Facebook, but I also do put it on YouTube. Um, and I've even had an increase in my my YouTube views, but Instagram seems like that's been the big one, which I'm kind of surprised with. I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning. There's still a lot that I need to learn about the multimedia, and I'll never be an expert, because technology is ever changing, is ever moving, ever evolving, and I'm kind of old, so it takes me a while to learn stuff. Um, I spent the past hour trying to get my music going and had no luck with that. So anyway, but that's at least an issue. The music's not the big issue. I just like that background. It helps me kind of stay focused. Music's always sort of helped me stay focused anyway. And and for those of you who don't know about me and how much music affects me, you'll be learning more about that. So anyway, so again, hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you had a wonderful time with your family. Um, and I just ask that y'all stay in touch with me and stay connected with me through no matter what the media is that you use. I appreciate it. And, I do appreciate when y'all like and comment on the videos just because it kind of gives me an idea of who's listening. And I just think it's just a neat opportunity for me to stay involved because, having being in a situation where I'm home most of the time, sometimes I feel a little disconnected from the world. So this helps me feel like, hey, I still have a mission. I still have a job to do. Yes, I have my interpretive movement, and for those of you who don't know about my interpretive movement, I have that on YouTube. Interpretive movement is the group of kids that I have that do praise dancing. Is part of what I do. And even though I'm in a wheelchair, I can still teach, and but that's just because I have a wonderful group of kids and adults who who are who are so dedicated that they stay um, they stay in tune with me whenever I'm trying to share choreography. They understand what I'm looking for, and and it's just such a neat opportunity for me to share a passion of the passion of praising God and glorifying God through interpretive movement, through praise dancing, through music, and and sometimes people think that when you have an impairment such as MS, they think that that means okay, your function in life is through. That okay, you've done your bit. Now it's time for you to just stay handicapped. But I still get to do stuff. I still get to be involved. I still get to be able to glorify God. And I think that's so cool that I get to do that, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the people who tell me that they appreciate my ministry. That's kind of neat too. So anyway, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully I'll be back in touch with you before the New Year to get started on my new continuing and new adventure in sharing my story. I call it I've Got a Story. My life has been full of times when God has just uh, been there for me through different trials and tribulations in my life. He's always had people in my life that have helped me through uh, circumstances that could have been difficult, and somehow I get through it uh, because of him, because of the people that he puts in my life and my family's life. Yes, there's some things in my life that I would much rather not have had to deal with, but that's the same for all of us. So one of the other reasons why I want to start doing the Instagram and all that stuff is I try to keep my stories at 15 minutes. Um, and a lot of my stories went 45 minutes. So, like I said, I'm going to rehash and kind of go from the beginning in 1962 when I was born and just move through that. And then I'll probably add some other stories in between. So, anyway, keep up. Take care of yourself. Love y'all. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Bye.